Okay, so two things first. One, it's finally fall. I am so ready and so here for it. It is my favorite season. It always has been my favorite season. I love fall so much. And second, I found my new favorite mug at Target the other day. That's pretty much me on a mug. So between fall and this mug, I'm pretty much just all around happy right now. Okay, well, hello, welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. I hope that my ponytail looks super cute. It was an accident. I was trying to put root spray in my hair to give myself some volume, and I put too much root spray in my hair. So instead of volume, I got a slicked back ponytail look. So I've never really rocked this one before, but let's hope it works. So you guys, today I am trying out some of the AOA ShopMissA makeup products that I got a while back. So I did a haul on all of these products not long ago. So if you missed that, I will put it up here in the little eye. But yeah, so I did a haul of all the ShopMissA AOA products that I got. And I also give a little bit of a rundown as to what the brand is and all that kind of stuff. So I won't go really into any of that here, except to say it's $1 makeup, and I have been wanting to try this $1 makeup for a while, and I'm finally doing it. So if you did see that haul, then you'll know that I got a lot of products. Since they're only $1, I kind of just went ham on it. I split up the makeup into kind of what I would consider like more full face, full coverage, fancier makeup, if you will, and then more like natural, easy, everyday kind of makeup. So today I'm gonna do the more full coverage, fancy makeup. I have a lot of products here on my desk, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in. First and foremost, I have the No Pore Face Primer. It is a silicone-based primer. Oh, it's literally completely clear. I don't know what I was expecting. I can't tell if I got too much of this or not. It comes out like a gel. It feels kind of watery almost. I don't really know how to describe it. It says it minimizes the appearance of pores, mattifies the skin, and creates a smooth canvas. You can use it alone or under foundation. So I don't feel like it mattified the skin. I feel like it just kind of looks the same as it did before I put the primer on. I don't really know if it really minimized the appearance of my pores, but if it can at least create that smooth canvas, that's really all I care about right now. So next I have the Pro Wear Full Coverage Foundation. I got this in 2 shades because I am terrible at picking out shades online, and it's just really hard to tell. This one's in the shade Porcelain, and this one's in the shade Fair Ivory. I might have to mix them, I'm not sure. It does say to shake them well, and it literally just says full coverage foundation. This bottom one is Porcelain, and then that's Fair Ivory. I think I'll use a majority of this one and a little bit of this one. It's a lot thicker than I thought it was gonna be. All right, so let's see how this goes. That wasn't just what was on my face. I got a little bit extra on the brush as well, so I mean, so far it's blending pretty well from what I'm noticing. Okay, so that's all that I had on my little palette, and well, this is the side I did first. It definitely feels like it's dried down a bit more than this side. This side still feels a tiny bit tacky. So my skin is not in its best shape right now. Acne, dry patches, all kinds of stuff happening on the face right now. Some of these big spots and even some of the freckles and stuff are still coming through. But I feel like it covered up my redness fairly well, especially on my nose area. It's not really sitting on those pores well. So honestly, I don't know if that's this or if it's the foundation or what. So I just mixed a little bit more to try and add some more coverage real quick. Well, it says full coverage. I don't know that it's really giving me full coverage, but I don't know if you can see how it's just kind of sitting on my pores on my nose. Okay, I'm gonna try and add a little bit more foundation to see if I can cover up a little bit more. Okay, so the rest of the foundation is on, and I mean, off of my first impression, I don't love it. But again, I don't know if that's the primer or if that's the foundation itself. I don't think it's the best foundation I've ever used. So moving on to concealer, I have this liquid concealer in the shade Porcelain. It says it's supposed to be a natural finish, medium to full coverage, good for all skin types, non-drying, creamy, long wearing, corrects imperfections and dark circles. I'm pretty sure this is the lightest shade. Oh, it's just in a little squeeze tube. That's probably only gonna work under my eyes. So I guess I'll just squeeze a little bit out. I usually go in with a sponge on the under eyes, so that's what I'm gonna do today. I feel like that blended out really nicely, and this is a dry sponge, it's not damp or anything. This side definitely looks brighter than that side. I feel like it covered darkness fairly well. Yeah, okay. Oh man, that foundation is like, can you guys see? I have these 3 creases in my forehead, like 1, 2, 3, and that foundation is for sure sitting in those, which is what every girl wants, right? Off of my initial reaction, I like the concealer. So moving on, I did get this perfect setting powder. Oh, this loose setting powder, I don't think they had it in like skin tone, like shades. They had it in, this is in the shade Brightening. So I think they had like translucent and brightening and something else. I don't remember. Trying to remove this little guy and it's exploding all over my hands. Ooh, that's really soft and silky feeling. So I'm just gonna go in with my big fluffy brush. Yeah, it's still a little bit tacky, so I am gonna set the whole face, and I have oily skin, so I would set the whole face anyway. Well, okay, that powder is really soft, and I just put one really thin layer all over the face. I really like it. So in terms of like contour or bronzer or whatever, I couldn't really find a bronzer except one like super shimmery like thing that I was like, I would never use that. But other than that, I couldn't really find a bronzer, and then like a powder contour I couldn't really find. I did find a cream one, but I'm saving that for something else. But instead, I decided to get the Perfect Finishing Press Powder, just in a darker shade. I got it in the shade Almond. So I'm gonna try this and see if it will work. So I'm just gonna use the brush I usually use for contour and sometimes even bronzer. Definitely more of a bronzer shade for me, I think. I'm gonna put it a little bit higher up since it's not quite a contour. It's applying pretty nicely. I mean, it is a face powder, it's a setting powder. So I think, you know, if you were using this as an all over face powder, it seems like it's applying really well, but the color is building a little bit. So if you did want to use it as a bronzer or get a shade that would work as a contour, I think that would totally work. I'm just gonna blend that out with a fluffy brush really quick. It might be a little bit on the more orangey side for my personal taste, but I think it works for my skin tone. Okay, so moving on to blush. So I got their Perfect Blush. So I got these in the shade Looker and Darling. Maybe I'll just start with this one and see if I can just use a light hand with it, if that will work. And then if not, I'll tone it down with the other one. How about that? Okay, so I used a super light hand and I used a brush that's usually pretty good about diffusing color and product and everything. And I mean, the blush went on really well, really easily, but I think I'm gonna try and get that shade off of there. Why not just go in with this lighter shade and see if I can tone it down some. I honestly can't tell if that did anything. Did that change it at all? I just want to see if maybe this brightening powder will tone it down a little bit. So then for highlighter, I have their Halo highlighter, and I have it in the shade Allure. So this is their baked highlighter. That's pretty, I like that. Okay, so my base is done, and now I'm gonna move on to the eyes. I think I'm gonna do my brows first. So I did pick up their slim brow pencil, and I got it in the shade Dark Brown. Yeah, look at that super teeny tiny tip. And then, yes, they have a spoolie on the other end. So I don't do a ton with my brows. There's just a few spots that I like to fill in. And then I usually go in with the spoolie side and just kind of blur or blend in that product that I've placed. But since I'm doing a full face, I'll do a little bit more to the brows than usual. Okay, so brows are done. I didn't put any kind of gel or anything in my eyebrows. I literally just put some pencil in there, brushed through it with the spoolie, and that was it. I really like the pencil. It's like, it's not too stiff and it's not too creamy either, so I really like that. I think the shade is slightly warmer than my normal than my like actual hair color, but it works. And the spoolie I really like because it's not too stiff and it's not too flimsy and soft either. I mean, upon initial application, I actually really like the brow pencil, so that's a win. So now that brows are on, I'm gonna go in and do some eyeshadow. They have like a million eyeshadow options, which I think is amazing, but it was also a little bit overwhelming. So I just got one eyeshadow. Well, I did get two of the eyeshadow sticks, but I saved them for the more like natural makeup look that I want to do. But the only powder shadow that I got was the Wonder Baked eyeshadow in the shade Mars. And now that I think about it, I don't know if this will actually go with my shirt choice for today, but we're gonna do it anyway. So I'm gonna use this as just like a base shade, which I don't know, it might be too warm for this, but it's fine. It's on my face, so it'll kind of tie the whole thing together, you know? Yeah, that's very warm, but that's okay. We're gonna go with it. Now for the baked eyeshadow. I'm just gonna do that in the crease and like bring it a little lower than the brown shade. Oh, that's better. Tip. If you're gonna use the baked eyeshadow, use your finger to apply it because it's a really stiff formula. It didn't really matter which brush I was using. It wasn't really working. Excuse me. But using your finger definitely works a lot better. I'm not saying this is my best eyeshadow look I've ever done. I think I would have preferred a different base than the powder I used, but it's fine. I'm just gonna stick it right on this outer third right here. So that eyeshadow color is really pretty. And for eyeshadow highlight, I'm just gonna go in with the highlighter that I got. Just go right here. I'm gonna bring this a little bit along the inside of the eye too. So I do have a liquid liner and some mascaras that I wanna try, but I don't want them to run at all. So I am gonna go ahead and do setting spray first. So I got the AOA setting spray. It's literally just called setting spray. But it says it's lightweight, matte finish, non-drying to the skin, and long-lasting. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this. What is the mister like? Oh, that's a pretty fine mist, I feel like. Once you like do it a couple times and like get it in there. Excuse me for a second. It smells very perfumey. Can I open you? It's just very fragranced. I feel like maybe it just gave everything an overall nice finish. All right, so I'm gonna move on to eyeliner. I got the Wonder liquid eyeliner just in black. It has been a hot minute since I have done any kind of liquid liner, especially a winged eye, so I'm so out of practice. So if I butcher this, I'm really sorry. But maybe I'll try a little baby wing. Hold on. That did not go as planned. So the eyeliner was a little bit of a disaster. Personally, I would pass on this. I know the expertise of the wing is more my fault. I am out of practice with wings in general, but also very out of practice with this style brush. But also this formula just bleeds down like crazy. If you get it in that if you get it in that I cannot talk. If you get it in that inner corner, it just really does not want to stay put. And it's like bleeding upwards too, if you can see that. So that's not really ideal. All right, time for mascara. So for top lashes, I got their Fat Lash mascara, just in black. It's called Fat Lash, so I'm assuming it's supposed to be volumizing. So I'm just gonna apply this real quick, and it's got a silicone brush. Okay, so there's the top lashes. I feel like that went on pretty well. And I did like 2 coats each. And it's a little bit hard to see just because of my crazy eyeliner. But I feel like it was pretty easy to apply. It dried down pretty quickly. I think it was just a decent mascara. And then for the bottom lashes, I got the Skinny Underlash Mascara. So specifically for your bottom lashes. And look how teeny tiny this brush is. Okay, so I don't know what was happening with my lashes. So I ended up pulling off all the mascara on the bottom lashes on this eye and redid it. For some reason, these corner lashes were not wanting to hold this mascara. So I ended up going back in with the regular mascara and trying to cover that up, and I feel like it helped a little bit, but I don't know. They were just being finicky. So I think that was just my lashes and not the mascara. I don't know. And I feel like it did a pretty decent job of like separating and making them look nice and pretty, but you do have to work kind of quick because it's super liquidy at first, but then it dries down really fast. Okay, so I think all that's left are lips. So that's good, we're almost done. So I have these 2 lip products to try out today. So I have just a regular bullet lipstick in the shade Bliss, and then I have their Wonder Matte liquid lipstick in the shade Blessed. This one kind of just looks like dollar store, like plasticky kind of lipstick, but it doesn't really look like that when you blend it out. That's really pretty. So here's the bullet lipstick in Bliss, and then the liquid lipstick in Blessed. I really want to try both of these, but I really don't know that this one is going to match my shirt very well. You know what? Hold on. Let's just try it and see what it feels like and looks like, and then I can take it off and put the other one on. So hold on. Okay, so this is definitely matte. It dries down really fast. So the formula actually feels really lightweight. Like it didn't like glop on there or cake on there, which I really like. So it was easy to get a thin layer. It's not thick, it's not gloppy, it's not like sitting in the lines on my lips, but it's matte, so it dried down really fast, and I feel it on my lips. I feel like it looks really pretty. Okay, so I ended up just taking off the liquid lipstick, and I just went in with this one, and I feel like the tone is a little more neutral, and it definitely goes better. Not saying it's great. Of course, when I bought all of these items, I didn't really think about how they would look together, so yeah. So I feel like you guys already kind of know how I feel about things, but I'll just do a really quick run through of everything. So the primer, I really don't know if it looks like it made any difference in the way my skin than the way that my skin usually looks. So it's okay. I don't know if I'll actually end up using it again. Maybe I will because I have it. The foundation, I feel like I've said a lot about this already. I don't love it. I'd like to try it without that primer and see if maybe the primer was the problem. It's definitely sitting in my pores really well, and there's another thing. It is sitting in my pores. So did this do anything for my pores? I don't think so. But it's kind of sitting in my pores and then like the lines around my nose and my creases and stuff. So I don't really love that. And dry spots, it's just kind of sitting around them. And it did take me quite a bit to build up to get anywhere close to full coverage, and then like freckles and acne spots and things, it's definitely still showing through. So these are not my favorite. The concealer I actually did like. I'd like to try this with another kind of foundation, not that one. I feel like it blended out really well. It covered a decent amount of the darkness, I think. So I'm looking forward to trying this one again. The setting powder, really loved. Super finely milled, went on really nicely, made everything feel super soft. So I did really like this. So what I use for bronzer, which is technically a setting powder, I liked it. It's super powdery. The blushes are also super powdery like this. So a lot kind of like fluffs up when you dip your brush in it, but it blended really nicely. I was able to build the color up a little bit. If you're wanting to add a little bit of extra coverage with a setting powder, I feel like this would probably work in that way over your foundation. So then the blush, pretty pigmented, pretty bright, but I feel like it worked really well. It was easy to work with. I liked these, pretty pigmented, use a light hand, but they were pretty good. They were easy to blend out. So the halo highlighter I did really like. Looks really pretty on the skin, I think. I don't think it's emphasizing any texture that I can see. It does have a tiny bit of glitter in it, like small flecks of glitter, not like big and chunky. And they're really hard to see in the pan. Like, I didn't notice them until later after I had applied it to my face. So if you don't like any kind of glitter, don't use this one, but other than that, it's really pretty. The only reason I'd probably stop using this one is if the glitter started to get on my nerves. So the Wonder Baked eyeshadow, I do like this one. I like the shade, it's very pretty. Again, you have to use your finger with this one. You could try spraying the brush and see if putting it on wet would help. I didn't try that, but just going in with a dry brush, it was very, very, very sheer. So if you're actually wanting to get some color payoff, just use your finger, and it worked totally fine. This eyeliner, you guys know my thoughts. I didn't really like it. The brush is super teensy tiny. Some people love this format of eyeliner. I personally did not care for it, but it did like bleed everywhere. So not my favorite eyeliner formula I've ever tried. The brow pencil I really like. It was really easy to apply, really easy to like blend out with the spoolie. The spoolie wasn't too soft or too like stiff and harsh. I think all around just a really good brow pencil for $1. The mascaras I feel like are pretty good. They feel like nothing on my lashes. Like, I think if I went through an entire day with this on my lashes, I would forget that I had mascara on because I don't feel it. It dries really fast. I will be looking forward to seeing how these look without crazy eyeliner. So the setting spray, I do feel like it's okay. It says it's supposed to be mattifying. I don't see that at all. My face looks pretty, not like glowy, but it looks like skin. Like, it doesn't look mattifying at all. I feel like this actually made me look less powdery and less mattified than I already did. I really appreciate that, especially because I wasn't enjoying the way this looked on my face at all. And I think this helped the situation a lot. And I liked the nozzle. The spray was super fine mist, and I really appreciate that. So the only downside to this for me personally is that it kind of smells like perfume, and like perfume I wouldn't wear. But the scent totally disappears. Like, I don't smell perfume around my face at all. So it's not like it's gonna knock you out all day or anything. So far I like it. And then I think the only things left are the lip products. So Bullet Lipstick, I was expecting it to kind of feel like plastic, but it actually is really nice and creamy, and the shade is actually kind of pretty. I don't think this is one that's gonna like last all day. It's just a creamy bullet lipstick. But I mean, you just throw it in your purse and reapply it. I really like it. It's really comfortable on the lips. And then this guy, I already explained. It was easy to get a super thin layer, which I personally really appreciate with liquid lipsticks, because then it doesn't feel like a lot on your lips, and it dried down super fast. But it's a matte liquid lipstick, so you can feel it on your lips, but it's really lightweight. I have a feeling this one isn't gonna last through like an entire day in terms of like eating, drinking stuff, all that, but it's still really pretty, and I think it'd be easy to like reapply on the go. That is it, you guys. Here's my finished AOA full face of makeup. I know I don't look like I really know what I'm doing, but I promise I can do decent makeup on myself most of the time. So yeah, here's the finished look. Those were my thoughts on these products. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not part of the everyday family over here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and make sure to ring the bell if you'd like to be notified every single time I upload. And you can also find me on Instagram at everyday.amymay. So that's it for me, guys. I will see you in my next video.